the game, in the first, I think it was the first game where he played.
Yeah, it was in the first game.
He didn't really do all too well, especially against Luna's Corki, which Luna will be picking up once again. Yep. Probably because we are wise to your tricks, Zero. We just gotta commit to the Gragas in the middle. I feel like that's what KT.RY's game plan really is, and then maybe now there's always a chance of it switching back to the support role for Nomo, but I don't think so. I feel like KT.RY, they are just committing to the Gragas mid strategy.
Yeah, and after 4 games of a Gragas mid lane, I have come to a realization here, G10. The main reason why Mitsura is able to play a Galio in the mid lane is because he's against a Gragas in the mid lane. Right? Ooh. So, that will... Okay, against other champions, Galio won't have the best time. Yeah. But because Rosar is saying, you know what? We are happy to put Gragas in the mid lane, so it's just going to be a wave clear after wave clear after wave clear. Mitsura is tasked to do just one thing, and that is to match up what Zero is providing for his team. And he's, just trying to play support. And to me, it just has flown over my head right now that is the play by NAOS. So again, kudos to their coaching staff.
Yeah, reading the Gragas in the mid. But it could be Gragas in the support position now with the pick of the Ziggs. Yeah, okay, so it's gonna be Luna on Ziggs, Zero on Corki most likely, and then Noma on that Gragas. So this does force NAOS to shift that Galio pick down to Wraith, unless KT.RY think that they will leave Mitsura with a Galio in the mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, this time for sure it's not going to the mid lane, right? Like, at least now we'll still have the opportunity to flex things up. And this is really a chess match between the support staff of both these teams. Rosar, they're going to still respect the potential of Wraith being that playmaker for the squad of NAOS, taking away that Rakan. But yeah, if you are NAOS, all you have to do is to target down the champions that Daw does play. And it will help you a lot in this particular game. Unless, and hear me out on this, G10, unless Rosar has found a way to play Daw on the Gragas.
Okay, so the question becomes, do you think that Daw on the Gragas is a possibility here?
For sure. I mean, like right now, it's all about being able to surprise your opponent, especially in the drafting phase, right? And on the red side, they still have the ability to do so. And with all these targets being on the side of NAOS eSports, now, there you go. I mean, this Nautilus could go to Daw. Gragas could go to Daw. Okay, it is.
Yeah.
Or maybe even Rattel. I mean, Rosar, man, their drafting this game has been an absolute joy to watch. Yeah, for sure.
I swear to God, they are messing with us. There's no way
so
They're
so good, man.
Okay, so the way that you play the draft phase, right, is you have to mess with your opponent's mind, right? And that's what they're doing.
Yep. Because a good testament to that is us being, in shambles, being left in shambles with the way Rosar is, just capitalizing the red pick or red side. Just being able to maneuver from this Gragas mid lane into a Gragas support. Yeah. And I think this is the time, finally, this is going to be standard. And this Riven will most likely go to the jungle. So finally, Rosar has decided that it's time for us to have a different approach to this game. And they would not let NAOS have that favorable matchup in the mid lane anymore. But the biggest caveat now, biggest curveball now is this Kassadin by Mitsura. As you said, Kassa win. We'll see in Game 5 if it is really a Kassa win.
Kassa did Kassa win. This is the champion that Mitsura is, incredibly proficient at, and it's one of his pocket picks, one of the sleepers that Mitsura is able to access deep within his champion roster. So I want to see it do well. I want to see the Kassadin actually, getting a big W here, because that's just the way that things work for Mitsura. He's so good on that, and I hate to belabor the point, but it is just beautiful to watch him play that Kassadin. And you know, it's a hyperscaling champion as well, so you can expect a lot of damage coming out from Mitsura. You know, I remember one Kassadin game, he even out-damaged Mirmo. I think Mirmo was on a Ziggs that time, so, you know, that's something that shows a lot about the ability of him as well.
I mean, the only way that happens is if the game goes scrappy, where Mitsura will be able to find, you know, multiple skirmishes win. But truth be told, this is still a very hard lane for Mitsura. This lane, of course, is definitely going to favor Zero. And so now, it's all about surviving the early game. If Mitsura is able to survive the early game, he will be that threat. Oh, KT.RY again with a very good invade.
Yeah, KT.RY, they really want to be the early game kings here. And I'm not certain how I feel about Zaupi has been pushed out of his own jungle, and he's just wasting time in the early game, which is not great. Rape is going to be there, but those already hit level 2. Mirmo, I don't think is able to do really anything there. And look at that. Even Luna in the top lane has already almost gotten a plate. Early game in shambles here, unfortunately. For
no Mel flashing in.
Oh,
Zaupi just wasted a lot of good seconds, and I mean, NAOS is being played by KT.RY. What a disaster for NAOS, because now, I mean,
Zaupi's level 1.
Zaupi's level 1, and he is going to be left without any buff at all. This is definitely on the side of NAOS, right? Like, they should have prepared for this to happen. And NAOS, again, with the way things started, Zaupi going to be left to dry in the first few minutes of this game.
Yeah, high and dry, my god. And as a Wukong, you know, I get it. He's not really as feast or famine of a champion as, say, Kha'Zix or something like that, but man, it still hampers your ability to be relevant in, you know, any sort of capacity until you get that Cyclone. And yeah, see, he's even trying to get EXP scraps from the lane. It's just, NAOS was not prepared for KT.RY to be very, very aggressive in the early game.
At this point, all you have to do come next game is to make sure that the support will be able to give assistance to Zaupi in the first few minutes of the game, because that was the difference maker. Almost every single time that Dog goes for an invade, he has the support backing him up, and so it will not be as risky as intended, and that is a 4 buff start for KT.RY. It's unheard of, Jiten, unheard of.
Yeah, 0 buffs for Zaupi. He is struggling. He is very poor at the moment, and I just do not know what can be done here for Zaupi. He's level 3. It's like 3 minutes in. Mitsura's almost to 5, and Zaupi is just about hitting his level 4. Mitsura got his ult, and Zaupi just got his level 4 now. This is tragic.
Yeah. And this is also a result of, you know, the laning or the draft of the laners that NAOS did have, because obviously in the first few minutes of the game, the Kassadin won't be able to provide any threat at all in backing up any potential skirmishes. And that's the way KT.RY responded to this Kassadin pick. They will capitalize on all those laning advantages and make sure to transition it into a jungle advantage for Daw, and Daw has been like a prince right now. He was just given everything. Whatever he wanted, it's fully served.
Yeah, everything that he could ever want for jungle domination is in his hands.
Crazy.
And even it is incredibly crazy, because at this point, no conflict yet on the map, you can see that KT.RY they have a 1,000 gold, more than 1,000 gold lead, and this is such a bad spot for NAOS to be in, especially early on. But you know, they are a scaling team. If they can hold on, then they still have a chance here. Zaupi now, though, he's getting counter jungled left, right, and center. Do got really, really mad after that last game.
Like, Do is not even giving pennies. At least now, Zappy was able to find his buffs, and it will reset and correct itself by winning a team fight, but it's just so hard to do, especially now that KT.RY has laning advantages all across the board. The Garen is okay against the Renekton. The Corki, 100% favored against the Kassadin in the first few minutes of the game, and this Ziggs does have enough wave clear to dissuade any attempt by Mirmo to back his team up, and those small things, KT.RY is able to, is a team that is able to use every small advantages to really catapult them into a bigger one. But this could be the explosive team fight that we are waiting for both sides. Oh, hold that thought. Mid lane.
That could be an explosive team fight, or it could just be KT.RY taking the... oh god, Nomel coming in, and there he goes with the big play onto Mirmo. Hero's entrance will be there to help out. Mirmo's still incredibly low as he had been caught out, and he had to flash just to secure his own life. Now Shelly will be charging down the mid lane. That's a taken turret. KT.RY, they extend their lead even more at this point.
What are we witnessing right now, Jason? This is just another level of domination from KT.RY.
Yes,
like, yeah, now eSports was able to at least get some plates on the top side, but I don't think Calm will be able to destroy that tower. That is true. And so now KT.RY, 2 objectives, 5 minutes. All you can do as now is just to pray for that KT.RY will commit a grave mistake, because it's not so easy now to engage. Remember earlier, the Rakan play from Rave is that second avenue for them to make sure that all those engages will stick onto Doe. But because Rave is on a secondary engaged champion with a hero's entrance, it's not as easy now as it was during Game 4.
It's not easy at all, because who is the primary engager here? It is Zaupi, and he is down 1,000 gold. Just has his Divine Sunderer now, and man, he is going to be hurting against Doe. It's so difficult for him to even make an impact now, or even chase him away from his own jungle. So now he really has to just kind of rely on the laners and try to keep him safe. Try to make sure that Bitsura and Mirmo don't die early on, because otherwise it will be curtains for NAOS eSports for this game if they can't scale.
When you look at how NAOS has been playing this, they have been trying their best to help out Zaupi. Even Mirmo is hitting that red buff for a good measure. They're waiting for an engage. Is there a potential engage? There's still 15 seconds left for this plate to really disappear, and so KT.RY is just trying to take advantage of all those 150 golds on top. Oh, wait. Nomel just dodges away from Rift.
That could have been pretty bad. That could have been pretty bad.
For sure.
If Nomel got caught there, but I don't think that NAOS really wanted to engage her as well. Look at the long range poking, and now Rattel may be setting up for a gank on Calm. Yes, he is in dominance, and he does get the stun onto Doe, but there's a Justice coming in. There's the first blood of the game going to Rattel.
Yeah, the first blood, but a 3k disparity already. Just one kill. That is KT.RY for you, and that is a story to behold as well moving forward, right? Like, I know that this series ain't over yet, and I know that NAOS is able to, play from so behind and is still able to find ways to win despite the disparity. But in this game, it's so hard. At least during game number 4, they had Brave on the Recon to be that miracle worker for them. But in this game, what do you do? How do you slow things down? You have to find a skirmish. I mean, they have insurance. They have Casa win. By the time that it reaches the late game, he will be that threat against Luna, against the Corki, of course. But will it be enough by that time? Because it does look like the KT.RY is just enjoying everything that is being gifted to them by NAOS.
Yeah, will it be enough is a great question, because it doesn't seem like KT.RY is going to slow down anytime soon. There's very few things that can actually be done here right now for NAOS eSports. They just have to stay safe, basically, because the pressure is being applied all over the place here by NAOS eSports.
and very fundamental approach by KT.RY, just trying to pressure all the members away from the tower and then secure them one by one. Now all the outer towers done and destroyed for the side of NAOS. And KT.RY, with just one kill, 3 towers, is able to get and surmount a 4K lead for themselves. 2 items, by the way, is already completed for the Corki. So this is definitely going to be a scary matchup for Mitsura.
Yeah, because Mitsura, look at that. He just gets one combo into about 40% health. If Zero wanted to chase that a little bit more, that would have been a dead Kassadin, unfortunately.
Yeah, he definitely hits like a trough now. Like 2 items, Essence Reaver, Trinity Force. You know, by the time that we reach the late game, maybe, just maybe, Mitsura will be tanky enough to dissuade those all-ins coming from the Corki. But at this point in time, I think Zero will just have an easy time dealing with Mitsura.
I mean, yeah, Mitsura is a non-factor at the moment, even though he has got a bit farmed up. The rest of us, they are very, very cautious. They do not want to engage somewhere where they are not, they're not welcome. So they will just go for the, they'll just give the Drake and try to farm up. They are being pushed into their base ever so slightly. So this is already not looking all too good for NAOS eSports, but yeah, they still have a chance to get back in as long as they're able to, you know, really give their best shot at those late game team fights. And that just entails not dying early.
I mean, KT.RY is not giving them any team fight as of yet, right? But sooner or later, there will be a team fight. Be the third dragon or be the elder dragon or Baron that now also would try to go in.
Ooh, as they are going to go into Nomel and he goes into stasis on the backside. It is Rattel versus 2. There's a hero's entrance that keeps Rafe alive still, and nobody has died yet. And just as Zero gets into the fight, now it's disengage.
Yeah. Rattel was able to soak a lot of damage, and that's Garen for you. Also, is that threat was able to burn a lot of utilities on the side of NAOS. Even the ultimate here by Zaupi is on cooldown, and now KT.RY rinse and repeat. They will just take resources one after another. Oh, wait, Zero melee mode against Mitsura. He doesn't care. He's just so ahead.
He doesn't care. Yeah. Mitsura, even in his preferred range, is not going to be able to lift a finger against the mid laner here. Yeah, and it is a little bit crazy that KT.RY is getting away with all of this, but they have built up a really substantial lead. It's only 1 kill, but they're 4,000 gold up. The towers are gone, and this came from the early game dominance, from that one jungle interaction that they were able to get from the 4-buff start. But Mitsura, hold that thought, as he has to run away. Yeah, he burns Flash, he burns his Rift Walk, but now Do is still going to be coming in onto Rafe. Now Nomel trying to get into the action. Chains of Corruption will be a miss. So yeah, these turrets are just not going to stand up at all.
Still very academic with their approach, and now that they have spotted Calm on the other side of the map, that just means one thing: numbers advantage for KT.RY in this Baron takedown.
Numbers and health advantage. The Baron is melting very quickly. The smite will come through there. Zaupi not able to reach it at all. Just a free Baron, and KT.RY just dominating the macro, and that's how they're applying pressure to NAOS eSports.
At least NAOS was able to attack the Baron buff indirectly by pushing the wave here in the bot lane, but Calm could just easily chase down here by the members of KT.RY. It's a very long lane with no tower to defend.
Yeah, and he just gets bonked back, and there's the stuns. There's a hero's entrance, though, maybe to save Calm, but the re-engage and the Chains of Corruption does come through. Calm gets immediately dunked on. The Justice will take him out, and Rafe as well will follow. That's the second and third kills there for KT.RY, as NAOS has to fall back. They have no choice in the matter.
And KT.RY will just abuse this purple Baron buff to make sure that all these towers will be destroyed. KT.RY is just in firm control, man. Like, I mean, what do you do if you're NAOS? You try to engage, and all that is needed to be done here by Nomel is to disengage. And this is like one of the biggest difference with Nomel being on the engager and disengager, not on the uni, right? Like, he's just so good as that meat shield and plus engage potential from KT.RY. So at least NAOS, the positive is that the towers the inhibitor towers are still standing strong. No, not really strong, but they're standing.
They're
with,
still standing.
A sliver of health. But this is like the perfect play coming from Numel. This is not possible with the Yuumi pickup, but with a Gragas, it's definitely going to hurt you a whole lot. Oh man, like KT.RY is just in a very big advantage right now, and we'll just wait out a third dragon win condition for themselves.
Man, oh man, KT.RY is just... It's like, you know, NAOS eSports is an open wound right now, and KT.RY is the paramedic. They're applying so much pressure at this point. And,
okay.
yeah, look, now they are going to go towards this Drake. Zaupi is there. He knows that he will be spotted out, so he's just playing distraction, being a little bit of a chunky monkey there to try to just kind of keep KT.RY away, but it really is not super effective because he doesn't really pose much of a threat, even with the Cyclone available. Look at that.
They're still able to defend this tower with all the wave clear available to them. But Zaupi, he's going to get cancelled by Daw. That's one heck of a mechanics coming from the Riven player. But yeah, like all that is needed by NAOS right now is the CPR anyway to revive themselves, because so far no signs of life from them whatsoever. Let's see. Okay, third dragon is going to spawn up, and KT.RY is just most likely going to secure that without a team fight. Or if anything, NAOS could be deciding that this third dragon would be the make or break team fight for themselves. Mitsuru is already level 13, so the Rift block to the Rift Marathon is now available to him. So this could be the team fight that NAOS wants to happen.
Yeah, NAOS eSports, they want everything to happen right here. They want their they want to get ahead here. They want to turn this fight around, but how are they actually going to do that when the rest of KT.RY is just so far ahead of them in terms of power? How do you turn around a fight where you don't actually own any of the real estate at the moment? This is just... Oh god, I hate to say it, but it's so painful for NAOS eSports. It's just a slow chokehold that KT.RY has on them, especially since there's no way for NAOS eSports to just engage on their own terms.
Right, the only way is for Zaupi to get in, but Rattel will be waiting to be that meat shield for the squishing members. So what you want to do if you're NAOS is to come from different angles, but you know, at this point you don't have the luxury to do so. Well, that thought.
This could be it, because NAOS eSports, they are in the pit. There's Zaupi, he's going to try to go for the steal. He does not get it, and he is going to get burned down. Rattel is the one who secures that kill. The rest of NAOS eSports are on the backside, though. They are not going to commit to this fight. So now, this is such a hard proposition for NAOS. They lost a jungler, and now the Baron is in contention.
Can Rave do another miracle steal? We know that Rave is the support objective stealer. Now is the time to showcase his chops. Can he do it? No.
He won't. Not even trying.
Not even close. But man, oh man, this is a story in where KT.RY just dominated the early game through jungle invids. And even in that third team fight, or third dragon team fight, it was clear as to how KT.RY just wanted to play this, right? All you have to do, Rattel, is to be that mean shield for everyone. And he was there in front of Zaupi. Even if Zaupi tries to engage against the Garen, it's not going to really do you any good. And with the Baron buff, the second one for KT.RY, I think we're just looking at a slow push into opening up the base and possibly getting the Elder Dragon for themselves.
Yeah, it really is just unfortunate that this is how NAOS have found themselves, but that's what the definition of a snowball is. KT.RY was able to snowball their early game lead into
fight.
This is it. Miracle fight. Prom from the back. He is going to get that flank off.
Luna's
and
dead.
do get the kill onto Luna. And that may be the opening that NAOS needs, but Wraith is down. And so is Zaupi now. He's going to get hunted down. It's just Mitsuru and Mirmo left. The two carries, they're going to get aggressed on. And Oh my god, actually, Mitsura fighting back. He's got a kill for himself. He's got into stasis as well. Mirmo will be able to live, but Mitsura not, and neither will the Nexus. And that is it for game number 5. Match point for KT.RY.
No miracles for now as he's